All right, so we are given this little table and told to calculate the portion for skiing in degrees. So we have to figure out how many hours we spent doing each of these activities out of the total number of hours. And then we have to figure out what degree matches that because we want to fill out this pie chart accurately. So we're starting with skiing. Let's just make a little table for this. Once my thing loads. Okay. Oh. Okay. So in the first column, we're going to figure out the fraction for each of these portions. So we have 5 out of 50 hours playing soccer. And the way he had you doing it is he was having you multiply this 5 over 50 by 2 so that you get 10 out of 100, so that you know it's 10%. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you turn it into a decimal and then go from a decimal and multiply that by 360, the total number of degrees in the circle. Jogging was 20 out of 50. Walking, 10 out of 50. Ten out of the 50 total. Minutes skiing was 5 out of the 50 total. Oh, not minutes, hours. Okay. And football, 10 out of the 50 hours. Okay. Now to turn these fractions into decimals, you just do the division in your calculator. So 5 divided by 50 is 0.1 or 0.10, which would be 10%, but I'm going to write 0.10 because I want to throw that 0 there. So we're looking at something in the hundredths place because we really need to understand that percents are out of 100. 20 out of 50 would be 4 times that. So I know that's going to be 0.40. 10 out of 50 would just be twice that. So I do 0.20, or you can just plug these all in your calculator. 5 out of 50, gonna get the same answer, 0.10. 10 out of 50, I'll get another 0.20. Okay, if you add these all up, 10 plus 40 is 50, plus 20 is 70, plus 10 is 80, plus 20, we'd have our total 100. Now we're gonna multiply that by our 360 because the circle's total degrees is 360 degrees. Maybe you've heard in like skateboarding or something like that, doing a 360 is doing a full rotation. Doing a 180 is doing half of a circle rotation. Okay. All right. So all we have to do is go 0.10 times 360 to figure out how much time or what degrees to fill out in the circle graph to represent the proportions of how much time was spent playing soccer or also skiing because they're the same amount of time. So 0.10 times 360 gives me 36 degrees. And that's going to match this one because they're both 5 out of 60. Okay. 0.40 times 360, or 0.4 times 360 is 144. 0.20 would be half of that. $72. Oops. And that one's 72 as well. Okay, so now I have my degrees, and if I add those up, you would get 360 again. So now I have my chart made for each of these activities. So I know how much degrees for each of these things for my pie chart. Okay, so remember, do the fraction, the number of hours spent out of the total number of hours, turn it into a decimal, multiply that by 360 degrees, and you'll get the number of degrees that you need for your pie chart. So for skiing, which was 5 hours, it makes up 36 degrees in the pie chart. Okay, and we already calculated this all is the same. So we did 10 out of the 50 for football, and that we got 72 degrees. Okay, for the soccer, it was the same as the skiing, 36 degrees. What percentage of total hours was spent playing soccer? Okay, this is a little bit simpler. We don't have our pie chart or circle graph to look at. So soccer was 5 out of 50. We already put that in the calculator and we got a decimal, 0.10. Remember, to turn a decimal into a percentage, you just move the decimal to the right 2 places. Or you think 0.10, oh, that's in the hundredths place. So it's 10 out of 100. And percents are out of 100, so it would be 10%. What percentage of hours skiing? Skiing, was that the same? Yeah. Okay. Look at our chart. We go 5 out of 50, get 0.10, 10 hundredths, 10%. Calculate the portion of walking. Okay, we did that. It was 10 out of 50 hours. When we did 10 divided by 50, we got 0.20. We multiplied that by 360 to get that it was 72 degrees in the circle. Okay, now calculate the portion for jogging. That was 20 out of 50. We got the decimal 0.40 by doing 20 divided by 50, and we multiplied the 0.40 times 360. We get 144 degrees. All right, test time. Good luck with the circle graphs.